a warning of more countermeasures by China against Japan as a row triggered by the Japanese premier's comments on Taiwan escalates. The spat now expanding into the seafood industry, with Beijing reportedly set to suspend Japanese seafood imports again. Neither government has confirmed the suspension, but Beijing warned that even if Japanese aquatic products were exported to China, they would find no market. China's foreign ministry cited rising public anger over Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's remarks, suggesting Japan might intervene if China attacks self-ruled Taiwan.
如果日方拒不撤回，甚至一错再错，中方将不得不采取严厉坚决的反制措施，由此产生的一切后果由日方承担。
And for more, we're joined by CNA's Deborah Wong, reporting live from Shenzhen. Now, Deb, why is a retraction of PM Takaichi's remarks so important to China? And what is the country vowing to do if met with resistance from Japan?
So the retraction is critical on two fronts, really. The first one is also because Taiwan is a red line for China, and China views Takaichi's statement and her subsequent refusal to comply with the retraction as crossing that red line. And secondly, of course, Takaichi classed this scenario as a survival-threatening situation. Now, China is, of course, unhappy with that because, that was the reason China claimed that Japan used to launch its military campaign back in World War II, and China suffered heavy losses during World War II, and it believes that Japan has never taken thorough or full responsibility for its responsibility in war. And they also cited the fact that several politicians, in fact, have visited a controversial shrine honoring Japan's war dead, and China views those visits as controversial and provocative. And with this year marking 80 years since the end of World War II, China has continuously urged the international community to be vigilant, to crack down, and to prevent any revival of militarism. So if Japan continues to resist, China has put out countless statements saying that it will go all out to take countermeasures. We've seen it in travel advisories, people urging, the ministry urging Chinese travelers to avoid traveling to Japan. They've also asked students to reconsider studying in Japan. And we've seen the postponement of Japanese film releases in China as well. And, most recently, there are some talks as to a potential ban of Japanese aquatic products, which the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has not confirmed. But what we heard from the briefing today was that, there is no market for such products because of public sentiment. Now, it's unclear if there's going to be any further restrictions in terms of trade, but China has used rare earth exports as, in similar scenarios before. So that is something for us to watch. Back to you.
Deb, thank you so much for that update. There was a Deborah Wong reporting live from Shenzhen. Now, CNA's senior correspondent Michiyo Ishida breaks down the likely impact of a Chinese ban on Japanese seafood.
The Japanese government spokesperson has denied of receiving any message from Beijing that it's banned Japanese maritime products. And that was the case also from Foreign Ministry's press secretary, both during their regular press conference today. Although they are aware of media reports, they both said that on the 5th of November, China resumed importing Japanese marine products. And they're specifically scallops of Hokkaido and sea cucumbers from Aomori, both from northern Japan. And that's the first since the total ban in August 2023, when treated radioactive water was released from Fukushima nuclear power plant, crippled by the 2011 magnitude 9 earthquake, which was followed by massive tsunamis. Now, Agriculture Minister Norikazu Suzuki said there were close to 700 facilities in Japan which Beijing officially approved as a means of exporting maritime products to China, or Beijing importing. That's before August 2023. And at this point in time, it's a reinstated approval for 3 facilities in Japan. So given it was only this month that Beijing resumed importing Japanese sea products, and given the limited amount, if Beijing officially closes its doors again, the impact is small. Now, Tokyo has actually been pushing for Beijing to resume importing sea products from 10 Japanese prefectures, and also to lift its ban on Japanese meat products, which were banned since 2001 when Japan reported mad cow disease. And before the 2023 ban on marine products, 22% of exports went to China, or the largest in the world. But Tokyo has learned a lesson not to focus too much on exporting to China after Beijing stopped importing. And it's by increasing seafood exports to Vietnam and Thailand.